Group chat. Welcome back to another episode of Creatively Speaking, because you know, the creators, we always got something to say. One of your hosts here, Cook, happy to be here.
Hey man, it's J-Law here again, Creatively Speaking, with another episode, ready to get into it. But we definitely have a special guest with us today.
Who's in the seat? Hey, who's in the seat? Hey, what up?
Nelly. I am the audience engagement community person here at the CTLN network.
I love
I'm
it.
excited.
First off, I love how soft-spoken Nelly gets when the cameras roll. Excuse me. She says I'm approachable, community. Yeah, I mean, I respect it. Hey,
when she said audience, she gotta come correct.
Audience, you know, I feel it. First off, let's catch up, gang. How have you been? Like, what's going on in y'all world?
I can kick it off. I'm doing well. Summertime in full effect. These last is recent, so I'm gonna say like these last 5 to 7 days, like this last week, I've really been like tapping into like the education side. So just learning different things, different skills through Adobe, and also just learning being an artist, how to navigate in different spaces. I actually did a show back in April with Jeffrey Kent and Nicole Clark down in Baltimore, and I went to the studio to pick my artwork up with Jeffrey, and we was just in the studio for probably about an hour and 2 hours of just spitting game. He's definitely a more established artist than I am, older gentleman from Baltimore, but his work is just speaks for itself. He's very conceptual.
Yeah.
So just me taking in, you know, what people say, because, you know, I feel like in my artistry, you got to have that balance in between knowing what you want, but listening to the outside noise too. You know, critiques, advice. It's always good when people bring it to you, but it's up to you what you're going to accept and what you just, you know, go through one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
So I've been in the space of like really listening to people, and shout outs to Jeffrey Kent for spitting game, and just leaning into, you know, I'm not going to call him an OG, but listening to the ones that are more established in the space to see how I can better myself as an artist. So I've really been taking that on. I'm going to keep that. I'm in that mode now, so I'm going to keep that going and then use that for my own work, my own expertise.
So what's one piece of game that he gave you that you kind of like, if it's one piece, like if there's something like that stood out that you were like, yo, this is one of the ones that I'm going to kind of recycle or keep really till that day come?
Yeah, I think for me, he's gotten his work in a lot of galleries. So one thing that he told me was, I knew this, but you know, when it comes to somebody else, it kind of stamps what you already knew.
Yeah.
But like the relationships, and that's how you get in the different galleries, museums, meeting people in the different spaces and showing up. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Just hearing that, it like doubles down on needing to be in those different spaces and, you know, being a part of the artist community. So not saying that I'm not, but like really show up to these different events, which I've been going to, been outside and things like that. Introduce myself, not just be there, but like talk to people, talk to the curator, talk to the person that owns the gallery, because those people are going to be there on the opening. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of read the room, see who's talking to who, and kind of just make a name, make a voice for yourself.
Hey, Law said I'm big homie too, though. Like, he said, hey, when I pull up, they gotta know me too. You know what I mean? Nah, that's hard. Nelly, what's good with you?
Oh, for sure.
Not too much, but a lot at the same time.
Okay, all right.
Life be, though.
All right.
Life be.
Not too much, but a lot. I quit my job.
Hey, welcome.
So
You know it's real when you get a reaction like that. Like, you ain't tell us that off camera. So that's a real in real time reaction.
I didn't get a chance to tell you that, but I did.
I knew.
knew
But
that.
spoiler alert. I mean, you could have just roll with it. Like, I mean, this is the set. Nah, but yeah. Congrats.
Nah, for real.
But I think that's been the biggest transition for me.
Okay.
I feel like I've been just like out of the way for the last 2 years.
Got you.
For my own personal reasons.
Mhm.
So I feel good.
Nah.
Like, I actually feel really good. I think when I decided I needed to take a break, I don't think I was in like the best space.
Got you.
And I noticed that like just like my creative mind was blocked and just how I was showing up.
Yeah.
So I feel a little bit better. I feel good. I'm
like that.
excited
I
to
like
just
that.
like be back outside and doing things.
So what do you think? I'm gonna ask the questions. What do you think is like your biggest thing that you're looking forward to? I feel like when you quit a job, the main thing that frees up is your time. So what's the biggest thing that you're looking forward to filling that space or like doubling down on what you probably couldn't do while working?
I think it's doubling down on what I couldn't do.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I'm honestly shocked when I start telling people like, "Hey, I quit my job. I got time." People was like, "Oh, can you do this? Can you do that?" And I was like, "Wait, I don't think I was expecting that."
Right.
I think I kind of underestimated like where I stand. Like I'm always talking about like being in the community, but I really underestimated where I stand with people in the community. I think it's because most of my work has been for an organization or for somebody else.
Gotcha.
So like my relationships have been built through my job.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what this is gonna be like. Like I'm
Yeah.
just out here. Like now it's just me. I don't have a company, a brand. I don't have anything behind me. It's just me.
That's right.
And I started telling people, and I'm like, wait, people are calling me. Hold on.
No, for sure. But I think it's
It's
valuable.
still overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. I do think it's valuable though, like you've been able to build those relationships, you know, through your job because they can carry after, you know, you leave your job. So I definitely find value in what you, well, across the board when you do work a job to really use that time to create that equity for yourself because the job isn't you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having that identity for yourself, you take that after you leave the job. It's like a win-win, in my opinion.
And I was gonna say my question is gonna be how have you been kind of re-energizing your creativity? Like, you know, now that you have the time and the capacity for yourself, right? And the calls is coming off the hook, but you know what I mean, you want to avoid getting burnt out again, right? So how are you I guess refueling yourself to go on this next run?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Setting boundaries.
Okay.
Honestly, hard boundaries.
No,
and like
facts.
you were saying, like being able to decide this doesn't align.
No, for real.
So I'm not. I don't want to do that. Like I think in the past, I had a fear of just saying like no.
Yeah.
And like, oh no, I don't want to. I feel bad sometimes when people ask me things, and then I'm like, I can't do it, or they did this for me, so now I feel like I got to do something for them. But I think the best thing for me now is being able to say this doesn't align, and I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And honestly, more recently, I just been going to sleep.
We need that.
Hey, about to take a nap right now. Right now. Nap time.
I literally did that to my brother. I was like, yeah, it's good to talk to you, but I'm about to go to sleep. Gotta go.
Yo,
choosing you.
Honestly, though, and I mean, I think that's an interesting space. Like when you do, I don't know if it's an entrepreneur balance, a creative balance, but just the, you know what, like the 9 to 5 schedule isn't really my life, right? So like, I might sleep in the middle of the afternoon, but I'm also gonna probably be up to like 2 or 3 in the morning, right? Like, and so I think that is, it's funny. It's something that I'm navigating. Like, I'm even still trying to like navigate balance with because people, if you try to get business done, they do have a window of time in which you can get the business done.
Yeah.
But, you know, in terms of building what you need to build, I think that comes in the hour when you can connect the most with just on the side with God yourself and what that look like. So shout outs to you. You know, welcome to the gang of entrepreneur and killing it and getting it out here creatively. I guess my catch up.
Yeah.
Well, first off, you talked Adobe. The 3 of us did pull up to the Adobe event together, so that's kind of fire.
No,
okay.
That was the day after I quit.
Oh, for real?
That's hilarious. Quitting and hitting Adobe is the move. I like that.
real.
Nah, we got.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Energy spark. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. So that was dope. You know, I know we talked about that on previous pod, but that has been the case. Wait, I'm trying to think of what part of my life do I share on this show. like K-Lig's not here. I gotta watch it. But nah, dog, I've been chilling. You know, I've been enjoying. Nah, it's nothing bad. She'll tell you. But honestly, I've been trying to like live presently more, right? Question for y'all: is the first hangout with someone who you kind of connect with, is that considered like the first date, or is it a first link, just a first link? That's a question.
The approach is what matters to me.
Really?
When you say first date, is it friends vibes or is it?
So it's like, I don't even know what the situation is. We gonna link for the first. So I had a first link. Like,
I'm gonna say it's just a hangout then. It's not a date.
Okay. Perfect. So I had.
For me, I
I don't even know what to say. things just went through my head at
The
once.
woman perspective is important.
Right,
So I would
right.
like to hear
Please speak up. Help us. help me. Help me. He's good. He's good. He's smoking for her. Let me not get kissed.
I might need some help too.
Not the relationship episode.
Right. How did we get
That's
here?
for another episode.
I think it's a first hangout.
Like, the first link is a link, and
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah,
and nothing
I like
more.
that.
Okay.
However, personally, I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to link unless you want to link your bank account to mine.
Okay.
Otherwise,
All right, yeah, this ain't the
you need to
pod.
take me on a
This
date.
ain't the episode.
Otherwise, we need to go
I
on a
ain't
date.
link your bank account on the first hangout is crazy.
That's the only link I want, unless you taking me on a date.
You
Yo,
ain't trying to just link. That's not what you're saying.
Noted.
You want the date.
Yes.
noted. But here's the thing. How can I plan a date unless I link and I know your vibe?
That's what the
What
date
you
is for,
mean?
brother.
That's what the
Some-
date is
that's
for.
just-
The date, you just gotta put it out there,
that's part
right?
of the game,
Nah,
brother.
it's
That's part
cool.
of the game.
It's cool. Hey, I'm getting buckets, so I don't care about none of this. I don't care.
Wait. Why you asking then?
Right, you already got it. You already know.
I
Tell
mean,
me something I
it
don't
was
know.
more clarity. It was more clarity, right? Because I just been kicking it. You know what I mean? In this season, summertime, good vibes. I like a
Where your
little.
mind at, brother?
Hey, I like a good art gallery.
Headed.
Hey, what?
Going.
I went to whatchamacallit? What's the outdoor indoor one we like? Glenstone.
Oh,
Like,
Glenstone.
I did Glenstone by myself. Not doing that twice by myself. Like, what we talking about? Like, what we doing?
You gotta
What's
add
the
a-
point?
You gotta add a different vibe to it.
Yeah,
the
like
second
I
time.
mean, huh?
It's a friend date.
It's a hey, I want to. So here's the thing.
You linking so you can figure out.
But here's the thing. I need to. I'm also at a point where I also really know what I like. We talk about boundaries, right? Everybody can't be around me.
Yeah.
You have to be able to have a certain level of conversation, and for me to even think about doing anything more with you for real.
Right.
So that's why I
It's a
choose a
date.
huh.
Then it's not a link. It's a date.
But it's not because I can also link with you and realize, yo, we cool as friends. Like, we don't got to take this further. You know what I mean?
But that still can be a date,
It's
and you
a
decide
date.
it's not for you though.
Yeah.
All right, so then I don't know
Because
this. So back to question one. What is it?
It's a
When-
date.
when you
because
say-
you already said that there has to be a certain level of connection and conversation. So
Okay.
you already know that you're interested and you're already intentional about what you're doing. It's a date.
And I ain't gonna hold you, Glenstone. That's date vibes in my opinion.
Yo, it was such a good play, but did it rain that day?
Oh dang. Yeah.
But yo, again, we're not putting my entire life out here. All right, I know better. I learned my lesson. But nah, I mean, honestly, I really have been. Because the same thing when we went to Baltimore, like, I've really been present, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I want to be around people who, you know, can help me also get a new lens on life,
Right.
you know, and a new situation. So between that, did a little hike trail and like Laurel, they had a nice little joint that I slid to.
Sound like you enjoying the.
I'm enjoying the weather,
enjoying
you
the
know.
weather,
I'm
yeah.
enjoying the
Yeah.
weather. So you know, I'm always cool to have good company.
Yeah,
Good company's
facts,
never an
facts,
issue,
facts.
you know. So been leaning into that more, experiencing, and then honestly, like what I'm really excited about is to have the playbook
Yes, sir.
together, like
Okay.
CTLN's playbook, yo. What we were
I'm
doing this
excited.
year, what we have going on, like it has. I finally had the capacity to really stop and think about what is it that we're doing, because for those who may not know, like all this execution really has been trial and error, right? Like none of this has been, yo, we know this is this. This is like, can we do it, and
Right.
what does it look like? And so like now, as we're really getting closer to the group chat event, which is next Saturday from this episode, like I really think, yo, how can I make this impactful for the community? How can this be, you know, something that we know we can build off of? And yo, the playbook there. So we don't gotta go too far, but we can run one of the plays.
No, facts,
And
facts.
the plays is the cards.
You know,
So-
your rollout.
Hey.
You be so
You
ready.
be on that, yeah.
Hey, you know what I mean? It's a rapper in me. You know, you gotta have that next
Oh,
punchline
okay,
set
it's
up.
the rapper,
It's the
okay.
hey, you ain't heard you ain't hear the record?
Listen,
You ain't hear the record? Hey, get you a live reaction. So we got the Creative Connect game, of course, and so we got a special guest here. Not a special guest. We got family in here because it's team, but you know, you and K-Lig not here. But we gonna get you this question. So, you identify as a visionary. Visionary question is, If you were asked to design a blueprint for the future of creativity, what's the first principle you'd include?
Women.
Ooh.
All right, but that's a group. Is that a principle?
Yeah.
I mean,
because
so it's women first. Like women are the okay. Yeah. So let's go into that a little bit more. What does a space of considering women look like in terms of creativity?
I think that creating spaces for women to be more in the forefront, for our voices to be heard, and for us to have clear representation. I've noticed with working in a lot of spaces, just corporate and in creative spaces, that a lot of things come to life, and women spend most of the time behind the scenes making things happen. Even when you say like the go-getter, well, most of the time women are the go-getters. Women are the people who are on the ground making things happen, and a lot of times when you see like the larger picture of it, people don't even acknowledge our presence. People don't even acknowledge that we were there and we were doing the work. I've worked with a lot of different startups and a lot of different spaces where women are the main audience, the main supporters, the main consumers, and we are most of the time the people on the ground making a lot of things happen. So I think that the future, women, we definitely are a key component to that, and making sure that we're intentional about cultivating those spaces for us.
Hey, smoke that.
Now I'm about to say,
smoke that.
You can't even. I don't have nothing to say. I have no rebuttal.
So can't give your answer now, huh? Wrong. Nah. I mean, you're right. You're 100% right. And I think thank you for saying that, because it also helps with framing the things that we have going on. But I think I will say for us, like, on the team, if you're on the team, there's a space to be spotlight, So I do think that it is adding and making sure that those principles are included in what we're already building too. So I like that. I would say for me, I think adding a principle is one we already have in the network as well, which I think collaboration over competition. That principle of what does it actually mean to work with someone without taking advantage of someone while also trusting someone. Like there's so many components to that, and I think the nuance of what collaboration can look like has been kind of screwed over from the do it for the look era. The look era was nasty.
No,
a lot of that came about, but I think that was also a byproduct of a lot of people not knowing what they were doing either. And so now when I think of collaboration, it's like, what do you really want to get out of it from your side? Like, how do you see yourself showing up in this space? Great. Let's see what that looks like together. So I would say I would add, in addition to women, I will follow it up with collaboration over competition. So any principles you got? I took the hit for the follow up. That was a hard one to come out of, because that was great. That was great.
I think the main thing for me is like think out of the box, no limits. Being limitless, because I think that's the definition of creativity. So if you start there, you know that anything's possible in what you present to the world. And I think that's probably the number one staple before you move on to anything else.
Okay, now Law, I'm gonna go with you first for the wild card.
Okay.
If your life had a theme song that played every time you entered a room, what would the song be?
Oh, that's a good one. First thing that popped in my mind, so I'm just going to go randomly, is What We Do.
I knew it.
That's the first one. I don't even gotta think about it. That's the first thing that popped in my mind, so I know it's real. I know it's natural. It gives me hype. It gives me the energy. I feel like people know me for having, good energy, genuine smile, things like that. So when that song comes on, it's just take the ropes off. You feel me? So I definitely would say that one as my theme song for this one. So
funny enough, I know 100% that I knew 100% that was gonna be your record. I mean, I was hoping if it wasn't your record, I was gonna be sick. Like, what you mean? You over here lying to us, But we 100% know that What We Do is your song. I would say for myself, if I were to call it out for right now in this season, dang, now I feel like I need a better theme song. I would say Ocean Views, Nipsey Hussle. Like, that's been my personal theme song for I guess link stories. Nah. But literally after, I would say 2019 when I quit my job at the Capitol, me and the girl I was dating at the time, we went to Portugal and we went out the country, but like there was this moment where I literally had like that ocean views came on my headphones and I was looking at the ocean. I was just like, oh yeah, this is the epitome of what this hard work is for and towards. So like I need, ocean views, small circle is a chosen few. I wrote it down and I followed through. Like bar for bar, give me that when I'm coming on the stage for sure. I need that. So that's mine. What you got, Nelly? I try to buy you some time too.
You didn't buy me that time.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
You already know where I'm going with this.
Where you going?
If you know me, it's going to be anything Beyonce.
I knew you was going to say Beyonce.
You know how I feel about Beyonce.
I need a song. Pick a song.
I don't even know because it's the whole thing. Just
that's
turn
crazy.
It on, it's me.
See, and then you come out and it'd be like me, myself, and I, and then you like, oh man, I gotta, hey y'all, like,
what's she going through?
Right? You know what I mean? Like, we just try to see what your life like.
Exactly.
But okay, anything Beyonce?
Well, one thing we can say is you got range, so you can choose from the country to Beyonce. Got a lot of range.
Listen, she does. I would probably say like something from Renaissance.
Okay, got you.
I'm not even gonna lie. I love that album. I loved it from the very moment I listened to it. But I think Alien Superstar.
That's a good one. That's
See, there you go. I like the anthem song. No, I was gonna say because when I was gonna go Beyonce category, I'm like, yo, what history songs would I choose? But that Beyonce album, that one when that came out, that one had so many slaps in it.
It did.
So many slaps. That was such a good like cultural night when she just dropped it randomly. Like where were you? Like dog, I was in North Jersey and I literally just remember like on Twitter they like Beyonce dropped out. No, she didn't.
Like come on, yo.
With visuals, yo, that moment, man. What a time. But man, honestly, we got a few things to talk about. First off, Miss Nelly, well now I guess to interview her and then she got changed jobs, changed situations. I don't know where we taking from here. Like, where we going? But I think let's start with this. One, community engagement, audience engagement, right? What does that actually mean to you, or like what is it that you are looking to establish in that role? Let's start there.
Yeah.
I think, well, let me start with, I think here at the network, I think community is the core of why we do what we do, right?
For sure.
And I think with most movements, most things that impact the culture, I think I see the network as a space that we're intentionally trying to shift the culture. Like our goal is to do something that shifts the culture, that is memorable. Yeah. And I think the community comes first in that. So I think that's where I want to be. I want to make sure that I am working with everybody and that I'm making sure that I'm showing up for the team so that we can all show up in whatever our responsibilities are to pour back into the community so we can make that shift happen. I think this is an amazing team to be a part of. I love being a part of this team. I love you guys.
Hey, appreciate it. Love you too.
I talk about y'all all the time. I'm like, this is probably one of the best teams I worked with. Anybody that's watching this, don't call me and start talking about what. Don't say nothing. I said what I said.
Hey, that's when you know you deep in these streets. Like, let me check in.
I said what I said. I know y'all too, but I said what I said.
Facts.
I actually really enjoy this team, but I think my role is making sure that the community feels like they're a part of what we're creating. So that when that shift does happen, because we're gonna speak that into existence.
No, for sure.
When it does happen, it's a moment that we all can remember and we can celebrate together. Yeah. I think when you just look at like the Black community and culture and creativity, like those moments where like something happened that was just like shifting. Everybody was involved. It impacted everybody from the consumer to the team to everybody that was in that process. So I think my role here is to make sure that I'm kind of like the person that is behind everybody. Like I'm here to bring everybody together to make sure that everybody feels included.
Yeah. No, that's tough, and I mean, I think like we talked last episode about BET Awards. Like those are like those moments where it's like a team came together to execute something that expands a little bit throughout this community. And then we also talk about that Adobe experience we just were. And shout outs to Aaliyah who kind of kicked off that whole like room setting temperature thing, and that's kind of the space that I see you in a similar path towards in terms of like really being able to pulse check who's in the room for us. So like when we're talking to people, we can actually meet people where they are as opposed to talking over their heads, because too many times we see in a lot of rooms that are curated, again, there's a difference, and I don't know if we're still talking about this on the pod, but between the vibes and intentionality.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the vibes are everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You can find the vibes, copy and paste it around a lot of different ecosystems.
No.
Yeah.
But you know, the intentionality that we build, it's kind of like one of those slow grow grinds
Yeah.
versus like instant just out the park. But
that's why we have the playbook. You can see the plays in real time, what we're building. It literally speaks to what Cook was talking about when the episode first started. But I have a question for you.
you about to say K-Lig, wasn't you?
I know, in the seat, everything. I got a question for you, Nelly. Yes, I got a question for you, Nelly. How did you like get into the space of wanting to, you know, be part of the community, you know, bridge the gap, and you know, being a voice for the people? Is it like the previous positions that you had? Is it something from childhood? How you think you grown into this role?
Honestly, it's been something I've kind of been doing most of my life.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I didn't even think this would like be a career. It's just something that I did.
That's crazy. So it's like
And
kind of
then-
just fell in your lap.
And then when I started like actually going out to get jobs and work, people were like, "Oh, we think you should do this," and I'm like, "All right."
It's
Cool.
funny when I feel like when your talents speak for themselves, the plays will run themselves. You know what I mean? It's not something that
Ooh,
you
I
have
like
to,
that.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's nothing that you gotta force or go out and get, and people will tell you what they see in you. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think that's a beautiful thing, to see the origin of, you know, how you got to the point where you are now.
Even when I met Cook, where I was working, I did not apply for that job.
Really?
No.
Wait, so where did y'all meet?
I guess we owe first link stories on the pod,
Yeah,
huh?
I guess so.
So it's funny because at the time I was working for my former employee. I
Gotcha.
mean, no more spotlight. I had enough, way
Yeah.
more.
And I was working for my former.
Right, but we were trying to activate an event at the space that she was community managing at.
Okay.
And then we just got membership to this space and all that and what it looks like. So it was just kind of creating that opportunity to connect. And funny enough, we connected. Of course, Cook last name. I don't even know her last name Cook.
Oh, for real? Wow.
Like again, right? Like I mean, well, that we know of, no relationship. But then so that was kind of like a little. I guess like back of the mind thing, but we really met at, I want to say was the Rose Experience, that the what was the thing that you were honored at 12 Stories?
No, I cultivated the Rose Experience.
Was it?
Oh, at 12.
Yeah,
That was
the
through,
Rose
dang, what was
Leah.
that? Yes, Leah, yes.
But was that the first? I feel like that's where I met you at.
First year of the Rose Experience with Chef Sade.
And that's where I
But
met you at.
Yeah, but I've worked with her on the last 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I work with Leah.
Oh, okay,
She's
gotcha.
cool.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
She's dope.
So we bumped into each other like literally. I mean, me always being Cook. Like I introduced myself as Cook, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Nelly from
Got-
blank,
Yeah.
blank."
Where I used to work.
Got you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that was, and then that's like since then been building. But that's been
dope.
that's
It's
our
really
first link.
organic, bro. It's really organic.
Yo, it's funny. That's really me with a lot of people. Like, how'd you get around here?
No,
Yeah, I mean, because KD was a movement play. Shout outs to KD behind the lens today. We missing Lou too. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of things going. Question for you. What in terms of, I guess to your point, like, yo, you got the experience, you got the plugs, everybody's on your line hitting you opportunity. What made CTLN a space that you kind of saw yourself building in? That's a good question. That's a good question.
It is a good question. But honestly, it wasn't about the network because I didn't know much about the network when I first joined. It was really just my relationship with you. And I was just telling somebody the other day, I think just, let me word this the right way. I think
I'm right here.
I think it's really cool to just see everybody on the team come together for like to be a part of the network. It speaks a lot about you as a person, the reasons why, and the way that everybody is willing to show up in this space.
Yeah.
Like everybody is doing this because they want to, and that just speaks a lot about you as a person. So that's another. That is also what keeps me here and like committed to being a part of this team. It's like that's a high level of respect. When everybody
Y'all make me tear up.
It is, bro.
It is.
Hold on. I
But I've
appreciate that.
even had outside conversations with other people that work on the network because I've tried to build relationships with everybody just like outside of us coming together. And everybody has said the same thing. Like, just the relationships we individually have with you bring us all here, and that in itself is a form of building community.
No, facts. It's like the nucleus. That's what we're doing, and then it's using our talents to do it for the masses. So
that's tough, man. Nah, that's
you, brother, man.
Hey, man, that's kind of heavy. I ain't gonna hold you like that. I mean, pressure, no pressure. But you know what's so funny? Because I mean, I think about it like. I do weigh the idea of the people and the value of the people around me and like where I'm leading them. Like I do be up late, like, nah, something's gotta give for this, right? Yeah. Because I love what we do. I love what we're capable of doing, but I know that we are under resourced and, yet at our creative maximum sometimes. Like our output's crazy. Like you can't tell, like that is why I'm looking forward to kind of really constructing what the playbook looks like, because so many people don't see, like, this is not the first version of the logo for even this show. Yeah. Like, this is even the first iteration. Like, this show started with me and J-Law on our iPhones trying to shoot something, but we've never released that. And I think,
you definitely need to release that.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Like, trust and believe. The process will be out there. But I think when I consider, like, I just consider, like, dang, like, I think that's what it started for me when I was doing cooking the late night, and Lou was literally putting in them hours with me. I'm like, yo, this is a lot of work for only the spotlight to be on me. And so that's when it was like, this can't be the product. The product has to be bigger. The product has to be something that people can come under and add themselves to it without feeling like they're going to be overlooked or that they're going to be overwhelmed. And I think that's what we have worked on, and shout outs to y'all also for like helping me, because the relationships go two ways. Like I have my ideas and my visions, but if y'all are like, yeah, Cook, I'm not feeling nothing and don't give me anything back, then I'm stuck. You know what I mean? So I think this has been a natural evolution of an organization and company. And I see us as a big time company. Like I see us with the partnerships that it's like, people call us for these things. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Sheesh. Can I say one last thing?
Say whatever. We got some time, so keep going.
The other thing that I enjoy about the network is at my old job, I don't know if I should say this, but at my old job, we had somebody there. She was amazing, very influential, but I helped cultivate her birthday party for our in our private area, in our private room. And after me and 3 coworkers were telling her about like what we do outside of working there, and she said to me, she was like, I think what you do is really good, and like the way that I was able to navigate that space. But what I noticed in the network was, what she said was, the best thing you can do while you're building is network across, not up. Because, and that was something that she did. And like when you see her work and everything that she's done, she definitely networked across, and all of the people that were there with her are where she is now, and it's incredible. When we turn the camera off, I'll tell y'all who it was, but I'm not doing that.
I was about to say,
I'm not name dropping.
Hey, we got plugs. You got plugs. You know what I mean? We connect, but not feel it. But I think to that point of what networking across, like we really kind of, if you think about like just trajectory of life and things, like dang, tangent. Sorry, audience. This is one of those. But when you're in a school, like you do kind of go to grade school, and just that commonality of growing with people kind of makes you blend, right? And you're tied to something. So I look at that with building the network as the same thing. Like, yo, we really only in our freshman year or something, right? Like as you grow this idea, as you nurture, like when you go to a conference, and you're sitting in the audience, y'all are the freshman class of whatever this place is, and how y'all grow in that, it really is on you. That's why I also think we shouted out Kai Streamer University, but this is why I think our CTLN events, like those moments where you pull up, you grow with that class, and then you realize, yo, my classmates are lit, and it's almost to the point where you realize, like, because to be honest, I'm sure there could be a lot of people who feel in my situation, like a fear of missing out when I'm trying to lead, but then you got people like Law did like 8 murals, right? He's killing it. But for me, I love it because it's like, yo, hey, he's happy, he's active, and anytime he's also out, that's also a reflection of my class. Like my people out here doing it. So when I reposted it, yo, My man's killing it. I could take a
agree.
social media break for a month or two.
Yeah.
So, I think it is, it's really owning your superpower in your graduating class
Yeah.
and making yourself an alumni of moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
So
Definitely.
little bars, you know what I mean? A little off the cuff.
For sure.
We was gonna have a one thing that came on our timeline, and it's funny as we're having our technical difficulty spaces, because Walmart, good old brand.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a Walmart in Tennessee. I want to say that it looks like there was a podcast studio that rented out a space within the Walmart, so it's like in Walmart.
Yeah.
So one. What do y'all think about the play of having a podcast studio in Walmart? Like, what's your thoughts?
I think it's a great. To give a little backstory, I could be wrong, but I don't think that the studio is affiliated with Walmart. Like, it's not Walmart studio.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But no, somebody rented out the
space in
which
Walmart.
is amazing because
Yes.
they have the space.
Exactly. But it also shows that's a good play on their end by using the Walmart, being connected to Walmart as kind of like a flex. You know what I mean? And I think when I think of Walmart, I think of like the people's people. Like regular people go to Walmart, meeting people where they are. And I think we're in a space now where podcasts are becoming regular entertainment. It's on the same level as like TV or radio. It's not very nuanced. It's starting to become very mainstream. Yeah. So to have it in a regular place like Walmart, it's normalizing something that in the past has kind of been like a luxury, or like you seem educated because you're listening to a podcast or something like that. So I think this is a good play on that. I think it's called Create in Studio. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, Create It Studios.
Create It Studios.
Yeah.
So a play that I feel like, well, maybe I won't give the recommendation yet, but I think what they're doing, starting it there in Tennessee, I think is a great play, but I would love to see them expand it more and like have their footprint as like, okay, now we are an affiliate of Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Walmart should capitalize off of this.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's the minimum. But I mean, y'all know I got bigger beef with Walmart. Get Apple Pay. Like, get Apple Pay. What we talking about? Like, well, I gotta bring a card every time. Get it together. Like, my homegirl selling beads got Apple Pay. Get Apple Pay.
Like, they want you to get that Walmart thing, and I'm not getting
what
it.
Walmart thing?
They
They got Walmart Pay?
Yes, and I'm not getting it.
So y'all gonna force me into a currency?
Yes.
I don't go. There's too many options.
It's too many apps.
First of all, and I'm not giving y'all my banking information. I've seen y'all fumble money. Like,
I know what you can do.
There's mad issues. Y'all ain't roll back a price since. Get back in motion.
Where the smiley face at?
Right. We miss old buddy. Bring him back. But yeah, I've been looking up the Create It Studio. And a couple things, like they got classes that apparently are free, like nice. Classes at the studio space. They got after hours at Creative Studios. So I think that it's a great use of space, great use of location. Because again, like someone like, yo, where's your studio? Oh, it's at the Walmart like, come on, like. Okay, I can find that.
Right.
And you think of the foot traffic of Walmart by itself, just to walk past the studio, there's going to be an interest, and you're going to know someone in that space, or you're going to have a curiosity to want to try the space yourself. So I think that's really a great location. I'm so curious the building split of selling this space, or like how did they approach Walmart? Like, yo, these gardens ain't really selling like it is. Like, yeah. Hey, clear them tires out, buddy. I got an idea. Like, where did it really come to say, yo, is that like, was it a build out on itself, or were they kind of just taking over area? But either way, I think that this is going to be interesting between Walmart and Target. Who's going to be the one to really create like a content corner where then it's like, you like this, you can go purchase this right here. All inclusive, like this is it makes sense.
I like that idea.
See, running plays. Go ahead. What you got?
I don't care what they put in Target. I'm not going in there.
Okay.
Stand on it.
Hey, bitch, 10 toes. 10 toes.
Hey,
10
they
toes.
can do what they want over there.
They can.
I'm not going in there.
I've cut back.
I have not been in Target.
I was never a Target guy to begin with, so I don't know if I ever even had impact in doing that. I was always a Walmart guy. Call it what it is.
I'm not gonna lie.
I spend more in Target than Walmart.
I will not go in there. I don't care what they put in there.
So what would it take for you to go back?
Nothing. They said
So
what they said.
They show their true colors.
Yeah, they said what they said, and I respect it.
Hey.
The thing about that is, like, I like people that, like a better term, stand for something, fall for anything. But, like, you stand your ground.
Yeah,
Principles.
for sure.
Principles mean something.
Yeah, and you don't use your selfish needs as the caveat of why you will, take back your stance. Because at the end of the day, it's about convenience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the reason why, maybe people are still shopping there is literally just because they're getting what they need selfishly.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have to do with the store.
And when your principles outweigh your convenience, that's when it really the principles.
Exactly.
But so I mean, one of my peoples told me recently, like, apparently I can't overlook Family Dollar. Apparently they got some of the good products in there too, just in smaller quantity sizes. So you don't gotta shop at Target.
No,
you really do it. I mean, I think it's kind of, again, when we consider cultural stamps, right?
Yeah.
And when we put our cultural stamp on something, it becomes not only just a convenience, but I'm here, right?
Yeah,
we gave it a whole brand name, Target.
Yeah.
They even had cups that said Target. Like, that's not even how you spell it, but okay. Okay. But I think to that
again came from the black community.
I know.
And then again, their biggest consumers were black women.
Mm-hmm.
So no. And y'all know how I feel about women and how I feel about the girls. I'm always gonna stand with them. I support women's rights and wrongs.
No.
Hey, okay. Hey, that's a bar, rights and wrongs. Because we ain't gonna get to that second half. I like how you stood on that. I would say so to the Walmart situation, I guess we can think of like what type of plays. I kind of just mentioned one. But I also think that there should be, I mean, I know Walmart Pay is in it, but like, I don't know if Walmart has like a membership program, but maybe they do have like a membership thing where they get discounts on things that they purchase because of being a part of the studio.
They have membership just like BJ's.
Okay.
Oh.
And they deliver for free.
I do remember that.
Walmart they deliver to your front door, and you can do your returns. They pick it up, take it back.
For real?
Yes.
I ain't gonna hold you. They need to promote that more.
hey, my recommend, speak up. Speak up. Say something.
Dang, that's impressive. I like that.
It's funny because I'm so corporate warped now. Like, in my mind, I'm like, what's the value in that for them? Like, that's cost. That's just, but I guess that is. So again, to do all of this and to not give us Apple Pay is crazy. It's crazy.
No, okay, so I'm gonna say this. It is, but it's not.
Why not?
Because, I used to work in property management.
Okay.
So in that industry, like, there's different companies, like the competitors.
Gotcha.
But the company that I worked for was the only company in that industry that didn't participate in things with like the National Property Management Association. We didn't do any of those events, and they had galas, balls, all kind of stuff. So independently, like myself, I participate because I would do like contracts with other people. But my company didn't. But we won Management Company of the Year 7 years in a row.
Oh wow, that's
like so it's the same concept. People, if Walmart feels like they're the best, they don't have to conform to that, because the people who are loyal to them are going to commit to whatever it is that they put in front of them. And
I have a counter thought, but I'm gonna let you finish.
To a certain degree, it waters you down when you start doing what everybody else is doing.
Okay, I have a different positioning on that, but I hear you. But my positioning is that Walmart feels like honestly, is like, who else you gonna go to? Like it don't matter how we treat you. And I say that because a couple ways. I say that, and so like I don't get it from a hierarchy. We're the best. I get it for, but to that point, it's like this. You'll do services like pick up something for somebody, but again, we still have this same broken carts, gray store. It gates at the entrance. Like, the process of a Walmart experience really does give you kind of lower social class experience. Like, they don't care about the actual experience of it. It's, we got the product, you need the product, come get the product, right? Yeah. And so when I'm thinking of brands that can consider a experience of the person that's buying, that's when it's like, yo, we're putting people through it to bring their cars. People don't walk around with the cars that much. Let's think of their experience. Let's add this to it. Let's get some wheels that work. And I think that's what Target kind of took over with the culture, is because the experience of walking in it, there was a safety, comfort, and feeling like, okay, they care about this place. They care about me a little bit more too, and there's a convenience to it. So I think that for me, Walmart is just blatantly showing, like, because who else you gonna go to? You gonna leave this relationship and go where?
It's this is very layered conversation, because as you said that, I'm thinking, what if that's just not their audience? The people that you're talking about with the Apple Pay, maybe you gotta think about, in this country is more poor people than rich people.
For sure.
So even the middle class, quote unquote middle class now, is more prevalent than the people that maybe are a little bit more sophisticated. So do those people not carry their cards with them? Do they not, use the traditional payments to pay for their items at Walmart? And even with the Walmart app, with the Walmart Pay thing, I'm sure if they're doing that, they're getting 100% of the transaction, and there's no processing fee that Walmart has to pay to that person. So when you look at it like that, it's like they might really be playing a numbers game, where the person that has the Apple Pay doesn't mean they're not going to go to Walmart at all. They might choose Target, but that person still is an option to come to Walmart. But we still got the people that got the cards. You know what I mean?
Again, it seems like
you still take your card and go to Walmart.
Actually, he doesn't, because
I don't. Like, I don't. No,
he left it. No,
I left my card at a like I was looking to purchase something, left my car, like, it's a dumb, like, and dip, and I had to, because now it is inconvenient. It's inconvenient.
Why do you say that? Because he literally didn't have his card.
I'm talking about principles. I stand on mine. I stand on what I stand on. But to your point.
Still get my card and go to Walmart.
but to your point though, I also feel like there is and I recognize, like, the social classes of it, because there's also that understanding, like, I was raised on Walmart in the sense of, affordability and what that comes in. But to the conversation of, we ain't get a rollback in like 15 years. Like, what you stood on for, hey, we might not have this experience, but we consider the people in the terms of the pricing. Now, granted, they do have a few things that are a little less than others. Yeah, I mean, get you some nice little T-shirts and Hanes, some options. Because Hanes at Target be like $30 for like a 6-pack, But, I would say, in terms of at least showing that class should also be considered in their experience, even though they might not have it. Now, again, considering your overhead, but these small things that we're talking about changing is like you're adding more and having these gates that people have to walk through, like they're getting checked into a prison. Like, I mean? Like, and somebody checking my ticket on the way out. Like, there is such a process of feeling like you are lower class and being monitored in Walmart. That is the experience that, I'm about to go to Target and at least be treated like a human being. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that's a part of it where, just give me Apple Pay, dog. I'll stop all this arguing. Like,
I agree with you.
I ain't saying nothing else.
I used to be the person that goes to Walmart and be like, every time I come in here, they remind me of why I just go to Target. I used to say that all the time. Because it gives me anxiety.
They get a specialty of carts with 3 wheels that work. Like, they get them for the low.
Every time.
Like, it don't matter which one you get. You get in 3 wheels and make something shake. Get up and down, and you better know your aisles. You better know your aisles.
I do agree with you. They're just like, because I feel like they just handle everybody like, y'all not going to stop coming, so.
That's me. Because but I buy the same stuff. And I spend more at Target.
Nah,
so yes.
The difference is he got a healthy relationship outside of that toxic one, so he can be treated how he needs to be treated there. Right.
That's temporary.
I'm going through it on both sides.
But again, I don't go into Walmart. I just order it.
I mean, yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you.
That's cheat code, yeah.
Because I'm not going in here to look through all of this mess. I'm not gonna, because I have walked out of Walmart because it's too much stuff everywhere. And it triggers my anxiety. Now I gotta go.
I'm gonna try that.
Right. But that's the thing. Like I can shop online.
Is the order gonna be right?
That's fine because they can come back.
That's it.
But
the substitutions, because they definitely just substitute. Like, hey, buddy, we didn't have the regular Lego waffles, but we got
great
you
value.
great value protein waffles. And like eating this. Right.
Protein waffles are crazy.
They upset with you. Nah,
and
honestly.
they can come and pick it back up and take it back too.
Nah,
because that's free too.
That is something I did used to take advantage of, like the Walmart pickups. Which, because again, I'm not gonna walk. Y'all put yourself through them carts.
No,
like deal with it. But on the flip side,
paid to go in here and push this cart. I
so,
don't.
No,
as respectable as that is, though, on the flip side, you know what my other argument is with like retail society. I should be able to get a discount if I'm doing self-checkout.
Oh yeah. Why am I working?
I'm paying. I should get discounted or paid for my hour that I'm putting through, because I'm working the register, handling the change, receipt, bagging. Like there should be a discount if you use the self-checkout line.
No,
that is an argument that I have for
America.
America.
You're gonna say nothing else.
Why? You think we should be charged more?
No, I did nothing.
No,
right.
No comment.
She said deliver.
I don't deal with none of that. I don't deal with none of that. Yeah,
no,
that's hilarious though. I had another tangent, but we're gonna keep it pushing.
For sure.
Anything? What else, guys? Speaking of life and experiences, DC and Baltimore.
No, fact.
Hey,
I was thinking about like the state of creative events and the creative, I guess, social aspect of DC compared to Baltimore. What you guys thought about it? I'm not gonna say it start. It's hot outside now.
Hot.
Things are happening.
Hot.
Activities, events, and things like that. So I just wanted to give the state on it. I can start or y'all can start. I know y'all.
Set it off. Set it off. Hey, we're gonna give Nelly an ISO. This is her city.
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna let y'all go first.
I'll go first. I'm in Baltimore heavy. I live in Baltimore, but like I'm really loving the creative scene, the events that go on. Just being in that space, I think is very refreshing. You can meet different people. It doesn't seem intimidating. People are welcoming, and it's funny because when you think of Baltimore, a lot of people always think about like the bad side or the stigma that it has. But if you really like in the city and you really connecting with people, like you said, when Man Cook was at the cafe, it's like, come on, yo. Everybody knows your name. Whatever song that was.
Yeah. Friends, right?
Friends,
yeah, for sure.
Was it Friends or Cheers?
Cheers.
It was
Cheers is everyone.
Yeah. So that's what it really.
Get my white shows wrong.
That's what it really feels like. And even with all the events going on, with the city and the festivals, it's like it just feels very, very endearing. And I just wanted to shed light on that. Comparing it to the DC events, I was in DC for the Adobe event, which was dope. And I wondered like the demographic of the people that came there. Was it mostly DC people? Was it people from Baltimore, Virginia? In terms of that standpoint, so I had a good experience, but like I'm not down here a lot, so I just wanted to give y'all, hot take.
So as as an active participant of First Links, I will say, like how I set that in, right? I like Baltimore vibe better.
Okay.
But again, the caveats are this: one, Baltimore food better. DC, I love y'all.
Yeah.
Baltimore food.
Stand on it. Yes.
Slaps. Okay. As someone who experienced both pockets, I also feel like there is an experience pursuit in Baltimore that is more of a name pursuit in DC. And I say that like, hey, who all gonna be there matters more in DC than in Baltimore. Baltimore is, this is what's happening, this is the vibe. Like, that sounds like a good vibe. I'm gonna pull up to that. Right. Versus, this person is doing it. I gotta go there for this, and like you kind of follow up on that. So I think that then that also extends to like why an Adobe is successful in DC, because that's like the right name can bring the people out, because that's what we're actually pulling for. Yeah. And then in terms of what the vibes are, I do think that there is like a party battle happening in the DC area. Like, and I mean, I don't think it's anything of malicious, right? I think everybody's doing their thing. I think, you see what movement's doing and all the things like the events that they got locked up for the summer and all that's coming up. And then I think High Status, Davy J and his team, you know, and then Great Energy Group. Now, Great Energy Group does, shout outs to Gabby, shout outs to Marcus. I think they do a great job of, like, they've been on a run so long that they're now transitioning to, all right, what can the experiences feel like a little bit more? So they've been doing a couple like the golf outings and things of that nature. But I would say, I also think that a lot of people who are executing in DC are being pigeonholed to the club standards of what the club needs to get off. Like, if they need, hey, that tab is that tab. So if it's 40, like, yeah, I know I'm here for the vibes, but I'm sorry, that drink gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shanklin Hall. I think that's a new vibe. They're also expanding the space, and we're also in there June 28th. That's right, selfish plug. And we bringing a vibe to the DC. But I would say, like, I think you think about those places like your 12 Stories, your Wild Days, your is it SOS or SOSTs? I don't know how it goes by. Like all of these places,
Arlo
I think.
and all that kind of stuff.
Are what?
Arlo and all those places.
Arlo. Like all these places, I feel like they are rinse, wash, and repeat what's popular.
Yeah.
And what that looks like. And I find myself having more nuanced experiences in Baltimore.
And I think it's a difference between, also want to clarify, like literally a party or a club compared to a creative event, whether it's like networking, whether it's, you know, a playlist, a playlist experience, or, you know, art show and things like that.
Yeah, and I think to that point, there is more of a cultural element to experiencing in Baltimore versus more of a consumer experience in DC.
Yeah.
Hey, look how I navigated that. Yeah, y'all thought I was gonna get canceled. Nah, dog. 10 toes. But for me, those events are work. Like if I gotta go to one of these events, I gotta be shooting. Like I don't care to just be in those types of spaces. I care to be in like the Baltimore pull up spaces, and man, I can't wait I gotta slide to that spot again too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On different, because it's a different
vibe.
vibe.
Yeah. You take a Baltimore trip.
I go to Baltimore sometimes.
You don't have to wait till the crew though, because again, I got plans first.
Handle your plans. Handle your business.
Man. What do you think, Nelly?
So I'm gonna say this. I'm a DC girl. Okay.
Yeah, we can
to
hear
the core. That's fine. But
chill, Mo. Kill. Oh, I'm sorry. Kill, Mo. Kill. My fault. Kill, Mo.
Carry on.
Chill out.
That's the heat. My fault. Go ahead.
It's hot for sure. Honestly, DC culture has completely changed. This is
in what way?
In a lot of ways. This is not the same city. The parties, the creative community, none of it is the same from like even just being a kid. Like I started 3 years old as a creator. I learned how to paint and do ballet simultaneously throughout my life. Something I've been doing. So I've been in the creative culture. Both of my parents were creatives. And DC culture is not the same. One, DC culture now is heavily influenced by transplants. The transplants have changed the culture. We saw that back when Don't Mute DC first kicked off. That was the start of just seeing like the entire culture, the entire creative culture, the party culture, everything change and shift. So I think that impacts a lot of stuff. Like even when you go to the Arlos, you go to 12 Stories. I'm always at 12 Stories. I have a partnership with them. I work with them a lot. I do a lot of my things at 12 Stories. I go to the events that other people have at 12 Stories, and most of the people there are not even from here.
Oh, yeah.
A large percentage of the people that go to a lot of the stuff here are not from here.
Yeah.
So their target audience is not even authentic to DC culture. It's not even in things. If you actually talk to Gabby, like she's from here. Shout out to Coco Louie, that's my girl. She's from here. Like I know a lot of creatives and a lot of people I grew up with, grade school, you know,
that's dope.
I went to college with and things like that. We're from here. We're from DC. Again, my mama house was around the corner from here. I walked here from there, like 2 blocks over. So I watched U Street completely change. 8th Street completely change. The Wharf, I remember when I moved away and I came back, I moved back to DC in 2021. I got lost at the Wharf. I was like,
that's crazy.
I got lost with the prices.
That too. I was very confused about everything that was happening. But even when I was working at the Wharf, they were like, yeah, it's right by Jefferson Middle School. I rode past that middle school 4 times. My brother went to that school.
Wow.
And I was like, I didn't even realize that was the school.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff has changed. Also, something that I've noticed is DC again. Like, there's a huge creative community here, but it's a political. The culture is wrapped up in politics.
Yeah.
And if you spend enough time in the city, you notice that the culture changes when the administrations change.
Got you.
And you can feel it.
Yeah.
And when I lived in New York, and then I was in Philly. But when I lived in Philly, in 2020, and then I came home, and then when I moved back, I was like, I didn't realize how unattached I was to like DC things and like my mental health and just my way of being. And I was like, you live in it, so you just so used to making those changes and adjustments with every political change, every new mayor, every new president, every new switch. The entire culture changed. DC culture has changed a lot with our new mayor.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of.
Like you were talking about, like the creative events. Like everybody was excited for 202 Creates. Some people gonna be pissed what I'm about to say, but I don't care.
Talk to them.
Death Row Records.
It doesn't serve the community.
Oh, gotcha.
Like I've been to a lot of that stuff, and it just doesn't serve the community at all, in my opinion. One, people mention things like the crime rate, the kids, all the different things. When I was growing up, it was a million things for me to do to be creative as a kid. Gotcha. That helped me figure out like where to go and like how to build a network. That's why I've been able to build a network so strong, because we had access to that. Yeah. You go to 202 Creates, it's people 40 and over, so like trying to create like this is not your time. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry.
You missed your window.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that you can't be creative as you get older, but they're not even cultivating the next generation of people to continue to build community. Again, like my mind and my heart is always gonna go back to building community. Yeah. But if we don't take care of the kids, if we're not putting programs in place for the kids to be creative, for them to learn how to be creative. Shout out to Dunbar High School, because I've been working with those kids on how they can take their creativity into careers. So I've been working with them.
That's hard.
That's dope.
That's what I've been doing on Wednesdays with the kids.
Because children are our future.
Right. But I do think that, like, I know there were things that me and Coco Louie and Gabby and Marcus and people that are from the city, that there were programs and stuff for us to do. That's how we all landed where we are now, because we were able, those spaces were there for us, and it no longer exists. You see the kids, they just hanging out in their yard, going to jail. And it's like, it's nothing for them to do. Yeah. But the previous mayor before that, we had so many things. We had jobs, we had stuff at the Arc, free ballet at the Kennedy Center, like music classes, just so much stuff.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That we could, cultivate for them, and it just doesn't exist anymore. And so the culture has changed.
That was heavy.
I mean, honestly, cleared out. ISO, look,
real.
Nelly, ISO. Okay, you made a lot of good points.
I love your opinion on it, because like you're truly DC. You know what I mean? So somebody that's actually from the city, and you've grown and seen it from a kid to now. It's great to get that experience. I mean, to get that perspective for somebody like that. So yeah, that's.
Hey, look, y'all, official Baltimore, official DC. I'm a transplant, but let me also say, and I will like to also shout out the spaces that are cultivating community and doing dope things in DC. Sycamore and Oak in Southeast is an
Everything
amazing.
On that side is lit.
Is it like
Don't even play
like
as a girl from the South Side? Hell yeah.
Like, I mean, the work that's being done in Southeast DC, because we all have heard of the stigma. Like, honestly, like, there's some people that you post a flyer, if they see SE on that joint, it's a dub. It's a dub for some people. For some people, like
I'm going to the South Side.
Hey, I'm gonna say, I'm just telling you what my streets have said. All right, but nah. Hey man, I first link anywhere.
If you want to come around the way, I'll take y'all around the way.
Hey, we know you around the way, girly. I see you. Okay. But Southeast also has Grounded, another co-working space that's been doing good. It also has the Anacostia Art Center, which we've executed out of in the past. But shout outs to Jess, who's doing amazing things over there. Shout outs to Bird and Maiden in the DMV, who does a lot at Sycamore and Oak, which is right next to where the Mystics play at, because most people don't even know that they're in Southeast. So, like, I will say that the cultural part of DC is being migrated to Southeast. If I were to say, I'm
It's always been
It's
there.
always been.
It's been there, but I mean,
there.
like, it's not anywhere else as prevalent. That's all my thoughts were. But hey, I'm a transplant, y'all.
It's always been there. The arc has been there forever.
Yeah, no,
like, they free tennis classes, free ballet, soccer, all that stuff has been over there before they redid Navy Yard.
Yeah.
Like that's so.
And Navy Yard kind of a fire spot too. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, bullpen, we see that.
Yep.
Every time.
Like Scooty is from here too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's here, but again, I think that because the city is so heavy in transplants now, I think that a lot of people are trying to appeal to the audience.
Gotcha.
My personal opinion about the transplants and what's actually happening is not the same. They're not two different things.
Tell me more.
Yeah, 'cause I was upset about the people. I was really upset about how people was acting with Go-Go and Don't Mute DC.
Hey,
if you don't like it, don't come here. Go somewhere else. It's Houston, it's Atlanta, it's Baltimore. Go somewhere else.
Sending to Baltimore is crazy.
Right.
Baltimore saying what I do.
Right.
Fuck me for. She said fuck me. What fuck me for? What did I do?
What I'm saying is that I personally feel like when you go to somebody else's city, it's not appropriate to come there and start telling them what to and not to do. Like when I was like, y'all want to go to Baltimore, what I do? Get in a group chat and ask y'all where to go, what to do, and how to do it. No, and I was like, bet, this is what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, and where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Say, look, and I will say I have been here for now, it's been over 10 years since I've been in the area. And I've also done the approach, like I sought out community, learned from who was building here. Like that's also why I have the relationships that I have. Like a good amount of people might not even know that I'm not from here, especially because I wear a hat that says Washington, D.C. typically. But that's a network. That's a network. The network, not a transplant. Built here.
Let you know that not all transplants are the same.
Right,
no, and I don't think that.
Cause I'm good in Baltimore too. Yeah. Trust and believe
I'm
that.
Good in a lot of cities.
I can't. Honestly, I can't wait to go. Like honestly, Baltimore might be on the list, yo.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a couple
I spent
places.
a lot of time in Baltimore last summer, and I was like, you know what?
It's cool.
Hey, look, hey, let me know some play. I gotta talk to you too. I got some first links coming up. I need some recommendations.
I got you.
Try and hear her out, but also get to the vibes.
Coming up is crazy.
Hey man, look, it's first link season. What we talking about?
With the S on the
Hey,
end.
you
got a lot of linking to do.
What you mean? It's trial and error. How I'm supposed to know if I'll see the field?
Right.
What we talking about?
You know what?
What we
I hope
talking
y'all
about?
have a good time. Enjoy the summer.
For sure.
Have a time.
For sure.
I'm gonna check back in and see at the end of the summer.
There we
see how
go.
it goes, how it went for you.
You can look at my timeline and see how it went. You don't see nothing, don't ask nothing. What do we mean? What do we mean? Because not at all.
Right, exactly.
Know the brand. Oh man, but nah, honestly, yo, this been dope, man. Nelly, thanks for pulling up. I love it when like we have a just a happy accident of a combo.
Man.
You know, it's really, really good times.
For sure.
With that, how can people follow, support, and what should they be doing next?
They should be following the CTLN network.
For sure.
Subscribing to our community.
For sure.
And pulling up on the 28th.
There we go.
Let's get it.
I love it.
Group chat, y'all be good.
See y'all.
Till next time.